What's going on there, YouTube? Big unboxing video. I've done a little stockpiling of parts here lately. But first, before we get to that, I wanted to do a little project update here. So I've built the M06 Tamiya chassis, and enough of y'all wanted to see me try to paint the Lexan bug body. So this is a Tamiya mustard gray. It's a PA or PS paint, polycarbonate. Went on pretty well. Used the entire can. It's got a few things, dirt and dust in it because it was kind of windy when I painted it. But it's not going to matter because I am going to weather it a little bit. I wanted to go with a vintage color, but to get the effect, I wanted to paint it on the outside so it's kind of a flat color as opposed to your typical painted on the inside. So we got a really nice finish. If I'd have painted it on the inside, it would be good to go. But it's not what I'm going for. I want it to look a little old, a little used. So hopefully the window masking holds up. It does try to peel up once the polycarbonate paint dries. And this has dried for almost a week now. Not sure yet what all I'm going to use on that. It leads me to my other project in the background here. I've been trying out some new techniques for weathering, trying to get different effects. This is one of the Nightcrawler 3D's chopped truck cabs. It's based off the same body that the two-door sedan in the background, the number 3 rat rod is. The chassis is the one for the bug. Like I said in that video, I've been using it for mock-up. But I tried some different stuff. It was silver 3D plastic printed. Then I believe I primered it. And it set for a while. And then I painted it gloss red. And it set for a while. And I can't remember if I sanded it between the red and the green. But then I painted it a gloss green, a real heavy coat. And then I wet sanded it down with about a 320 grit, real heavy grit paper. And then I put my AK rust streaks on it that I do on all my hot rods. But this time, I didn't wipe it. I just spread it on there and let it set all day. And it looked good. It still had a little bit of a semi-gloss to it. Some of the way that stuff, it's like a varnish almost. And it dried. It looked a little glossy. So I went back to the old school. The stuff I used to do is with the Vallejo Pigments. These are a colored powder. And I used burnt sienna, burnt umber, and dark red ochre. And I used their pigment binder, which is also a dull, like a flat coat. So I did a little rust on the roof and some strategic areas, trying to give it a little more patina. And then I went over the entire thing after that with the pigment binder. So it's all nice, dull, flat, faded look. It's a little heavier than I intended. I didn't realize how much that powder would actually go. And then after that, I went over it with a Scotch-Brite pad, a red, I don't know what grit that is, Scotch-Brite, just to kind of knock some of the powder off still that was on it. But I'm digging the look. It's hard to get it to come out on camera. The pictures I put on Instagram really don't do it justice. If I can get this to focus. It's pretty cool. You can see some of the red and the green coming through. The top and the cowl are a little rustier than the rest. This side's got a little bit of brush marking. I'm going to try to knock some of that down. But I'm happy with how it came out. All the different colors popping through. We got the white showing through, or the primer showing through. There's some spots where the silver's showing through. And I don't remember doing it, but apparently I painted that turquoise color that I painted my old cruiser. Some of that came through. So I'm really excited about how that looks. I don't have any actual plans yet for building with this cab, but we'll find a use for it here eventually. Once I get really satisfied with the finish, then we can figure out something for that. That being said, I've been using this diesel engine. It's a die-cast model. I've been using that for mock-up, but that is already slotted for another build, which there is a sneak peek on Instagram right now. There might be another one by the time this airs as to what that's going to be, but it is a joint project. Also, the Trailfinder 2 long wheelbase. I started welding some rails for the flatbed. This is going to be a gooseneck hitch type truck. I'm not sure yet how wide or anything. I'm waiting on some dimensions from Nightcrawler's 3D, which he actually did send me earlier. I forgot. That is not going to be the cab that stays on there. I'm not going to do the F350 on this truck. So, look for something cool to come with that. So anyways, let's get to unboxing this giant RC four-wheel drive box. So I am waiting on one more item from RC four-wheel drive, but that will have a separate video. Got lots of stuff here. Start off with, I picked up one of these new K44 scale axles. It's the cast version, not the machined version, so they are much more reasonably priced. They're the same price as the Yoda 2s are. I think it was around $69 for that rear. Those are going to be great additions to the rat rod builds. I've been wanting to try these for a while. These are 1.9 vintage cruiser stamped wheels. Really hard to get them to come out. If you look them up, they're just kind of an old steel wheel made to look like a Toyota style kind of. They're 5-lug bead locks and 1.9s, and I thought those would make a really cool rat rod wheel, because if I can get one out of here without losing everything. They have a scale center nut, that they have a really neat look. They're kind of a artillery style steel wheel. So got a set of 4 of those. I think those were around, I don't know, $89, $69. I can't remember. But that's something I've been wanting to see for a while, and I've never seen them in any stores because hardly anybody around here sells RC four-wheel drive stuff. I got another set of the Rody Super Wides 1.7 semi tires that I use on the front of my rat rods. These do stretch easily on 1.9 wheels. I'm figuring with those. I've had a set of 155 bead locks for a while, so I thought I would pick up a new tire and try it out. RC four-wheel drive has kind of launched this whole new line of scale tires, they call them. So they're more realistically sized, you can say. So you can get some of the brand name tires. They've got some BFGs, I think, or Goodyear, the MTRs, or stuff like that. These are Scrambler 155 scale tires. And they're pretty wide and really chunky, but they're a normal, reasonable height. So those might be something we can try out on one of my Trailfinder 2s. Where is that thing? So I'm running some gigantic Mickey Thompsons on there right now, and I might like to tone it down a little bit. So I got a set of 4 of those. I think those were $20, $25, usual going rate. All that's left in the big box here, the big item, B&H Monster Truck Clod tires. I got a set of 4 of these for the Clodbuster. Since I picked up those cool Proline wheels a while ago, and the original Clodbuster tires, one of them was cut pretty bad. The whole sidewall was cut, and they're a little deformed and stuff like that. So thought we'd try these. It's a nice aggressive tread, very scoopy. So I got those big guys. Where's the other box? So I got a little box of little goodies. Alright, so little things I got. I picked up one of these chainsaws. Scale Garage accessory, 1/10 scale chainsaw. Been wanting one forever. I thought I would pick it up and see what it's like. It looks pretty cool. It's got stickers for it and everything. Just something cool to have around the shop. Another new item, the Scale Military Box. Got one of those. Those are like $23, I think. But it is super detailed. It even looks like the latches and stuff work on it. And it has little rolly wheels on one side and a handle on the other. So we'll do videos on all this stuff as we get to it. I just wanted to kind of show you how you can spend a whole lot of money. I picked up these. These are Scale M3 Steely Heim joint rod ends. I thought these would be great for rat rods. They're more realistic. They're adjustable, which would be helpful, so I'm not running out of certain size of plastic rod ends or metal rod ends. These are adjustable, very realistic looking, and they have a really nice joint in them, so they'll move a lot more freely. I got another set of 80mm shocks because I keep using the ends off of all the ones I have for the Tamiya Grand Hauler shocks that I use on the rat rods lately. They have a terrible ball end on them, so I figured I would do that. If you remember, I do still have a V8 R4 trans and the Inglis intake for the gasser build. So I went ahead and picked up the V8 Pulley Kit and Belt. So I've got that to add to that as well. I've got the water pump for that. I already have the distributor and everything. I'm talking about rod ends and stuff. I've run out of these M3 set screws, the ones that hold your rod ends to your rod. So I've got some 20mm and 10mm of those. What else we got? There's 4 of these. Picked up some of these 129mm link sets from RC4wd Drive. I got 4 sets of them. These make great front radius arms for my rat rods. And they're nice and long, more like what's on the number 2 build. So I got 4 sets of those. I got a set of 4 95mm rods, a set of 4 86mm rods. Just stockpiling odds and ends for these custom builds. I've got a handful of RC4wd Drive stickers they threw in here. For that V8 we were talking about, I also have a set of the RHS heads, because they're the same casting as the heads on there that come on the V8, but they are machined. They have machined surfaces. They have matching serial numbers engraved on each end. They're just a bit more detailed, and it makes it look a lot different, a lot cooler, in my opinion anyway. Running out of stuff here. Got these micro servos that RC4wd Drive sells. They are part of the 1/14 scale construction stuff. They are pump servos. I have used one as steering, and it is fantastic. Super high torque, extremely quiet, a little glitchy with the radio system and stuff I use, but it's extremely smooth. It doesn't back and forth, and it is nice and tiny. Way better than the $50–60 Savox servos, the micro servos that I've used for rat rods. Trying to hide the servos on those things is difficult, so the small servos, and you find one that's good. I think this was $40, and it's all aluminum metal geared. It's a bad mamma jamma, and well worth it. Last thing I've got a pair of 155 dirt grabbers. These are tiny little scale tires, and the reason I picked these up is I already had one pair of them somewhere. Oh, they're over there with some wheels on them already. They make great trailer tires. So now I have 6. And I'm going to leave it at that. I'm building the flatbed, dually, tow truck. So there might be a 6-wheel tire trailer in the works for the future, because we need some way to haul these rat rods around. But that's it, guys. I'm not going to go open up any of this stuff just yet. It's the middle of the night on a Wednesday. I just got home from work. It is actually later than the middle of the night. It's about 3 a.m. and I need to get to bed. So hopefully this weekend I took an extra day off so I can have a little fun with this stuff. And the last package from RC4wd Drive should be here by then. So yeah. Hope you guys like it. Let me know what y'all think. And be sure to check out the channel for more videos to come on all these builds, as well as some new ones. So be sure to like, subscribe, and share. I'll see you on Facebook and Instagram. It's RC Everyday. And keep a scale.